Hi, BookTube. It's Gina. It's Friday. Yay, we made it through the week. I don't have a ton of reading updates for you, but I wanted to hop on, say hi, see how you're doing, and just chat a little bit about what's coming, what I've got going on. So maybe just a little bit of chatting, because I haven't really been reading much right now. I've not finished any books yet in November, which is fine. I didn't do a reading update for October or a wrap up, but I did read 8 books in October, so I had a fairly productive reading month in October. And then I was just feeling like I wanted to read kind of cozy, easy stuff, so I reserved a whole bunch of contemporary romance, fantasy types of books from the library. And of course, all of the Kindles came in at the same time. So I read, in October, I read The Spell Shop, which I think I told you about. Um, it had a lot of cozy elements to it that I really loved, but there were a few plot points in that book that were so ridiculous that I was just like, so I enjoyed it, and I would recommend it if you want a cozy, easy romance fantasy book. Because it did have some really great cozy setting up a new house cottage element, which I love. But it had a couple of things about it that were just plot points that were just not very well done. I don't understand um, how like an editor or a reader doesn't say like this, we need to work on this a little bit, but whatever. So I read that one, and then I reserved Rewitched, which I've heard a million things about, and the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And I gave both of those, I just read a few pages in both of those, and I was like, I don't really feel like reading these. So I put those aside and kind of struggled to find something to read. I mean, I've got a bazillion books here. Um, let's see, most of these I've already read, but I do have some Persephone's that I haven't read, and a couple. Let's see, these two. I want to get to these two. Tea is So Intoxicating by Mary Essex. I just grabbed these because I love these covers. And Introduction to Sally by Elizabeth von Armin. So I do want to get to these. But I just right now I like to read on my Kindle, and I don't have these on my Kindle, so I'm not sure if I'm going to read these right now. But what I did find on my Kindle as I was kind of scrolling through it, I remembered I had, is it called It's a House in the Country by Ruth Adams, and it's a Dean Street Press furrowed middlebrow edition, but it's on my Kindle, and I must have bought it at some point because it's not a library copy. And I started that, and it's wonderful. I'm really enjoying it. I'll let you know what I think when I finish it, but yeah, I'm really loving it. A group of English people after is either right during when the war is ending, but they live in London. They've been fantasizing about moving to the country. It's a couple with some kids and some of their friends. I've lost track of how many people there are because the characters are not very well defined, to be honest. But they do find a house in the country, a huge, like, sprawling manor house in the country that they can rent out, and they move to, and it's really, really good. Just a lot of house descriptions and relationship dynamics, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm really enjoying that, and that's all I've got going on right now, bookish wise. I do want to start some Christmas reading, and I pulled out a couple of my Christmas books, and I did start. I showed it to you guys in my haul. I can't remember what it's called, Christmas Village, maybe. But I did start that, and I think it's very cute. A little cozy romance. It's up on my nightstand right now because I started it last night in bed. So that is really my reading right now. Not much at all, but that's okay. I'm actually looking outside right now because I've got these huge windows in front of me, and I see some sun poking out, which is very exciting. This is always a hard time of year for me with the weather. This gray drizzly weather, gray drizzly weather. I'm in the Pacific Northwest, which I think you know, and we just get drizzle and grayness and drizzle and grayness from now. We may get a few bouts of snow, December, January sometimes. And then we have usually terrible springs, although it's been getting warmer in the spring and sunnier in the spring recently, which is probably due to climate change, but whatever. I don't have any kids, so I'll be dead in 30 years. I'm going to enjoy the sunshine while I can. Sorry, I'm feeling a little defeatist right now. I don't really mean that. But yeah, so this is just a challenging time of year because the weather's kind of bad. And while the rain and the grayness can be super cozy when I light my candles and turn my fireplace on, I just know that we have a lot of it to come, which is kind of what gets to me. Like if I knew it was just right now, and then we'd have a snowy winter, and then we'd have a beautiful fall, a spring, it wouldn't be so bad. But I know that we've got months of this to look forward to. So anyway, that is my weather update, because when we live in Seattle, we have to talk about the weather. Let's see, my weekend update. Oh, I have a fun weekend planned. I'm going to, it's a club in downtown Seattle called Jazz Alley. They have dinner and they have jazz performances. Greg and I just went there and saw Al Di Meola a few weeks ago, and it's a great spot. It's a small venue, so you can see everything really well. We'll have dinner. I'm going with a couple of friends. I'm going with two of my maybe oldest friends in the world, my old roommate from the 90s and a friend of ours, and we used to just go out together, and we've been friends for a long time. So I'm looking forward to seeing them, and Jazz Alley will be really fun. But that's the only thing I've got planned for the weekend. Hopefully I'll get some reading done. We'll see. I'm having a hard time kind of settling in and focusing. I might just flip through some of my Christmas cookbooks that I showed you last time. We're working on getting a Christmas tree, an artificial tree. So I had bought it, I think I told the story already, but I had bought a cheapy Wayfair tree and it was junk. So we returned that one. And then Greg's been on a quest. I just realized you guys are very crooked. Sorry about that. Oh, well. So Greg's now on a quest. Greg is the kind of person that he will shop until he finds like the best. He likes to have the best. I'm not so much, I don't really care about the best. I like a good combination of inexpensive and it's okay. So he wants to he bought a balsam hill tree that was very expensive. And now it just came. It's sitting in the box. We haven't unwrapped it yet. And now we're on this quest. I found one I like from Home Depot that is half the price, but still looks really nice. I saw somebody decorating their Christmas tree with it on a YouTube video. And I was like, oh, that's a really nice looking tree. But Greg's like, we can get a nicer one. So we'll see what we end up with. But we're on a quest to find an artificial tree, which I'm excited about because we've had many, many years where we don't even have a Christmas tree at all. We've got a little tiny one that's maybe 2 feet tall that I'll put out somewhere just for a little bit of festiveness. But yeah, we're going to get an artificial tree. So, So that I think I'm looking around me as if there will be some inspiration. I've got a couple of lazy cats that are sleeping, and I'm just, yeah, taking a little work break to say hi, and I will talk to you later.